Yes. So today we will be discussing more about task. As yesterday I have explained you about containers, bindings, and how to flow the data from workflow to the task and from task to the method. Now I will be showing you how to pass the data from program. As I have shown you how you can pass the data manually, that is when you execute SWDD, there one test button is present, and once you execute that test button you have to provide the data in the workflow container, and then that particular data will be flowed from workflow to the task, and then from task to the method, and that particular sales order was getting saved in the database. So today we will be executing the same workflow, but yes, we will be doing it through program. As in demo class also I have shown you how you can execute the workflow through program. So how to pass the container elements even from the program I will be showing you today. We have developed this particular workflow yesterday. No, not this one, I'm sorry, it's 7.5. We have created one dialog step, and once the approver approves that particular request, then that particular sales order gets saved in the database. So this is what we have done over here yesterday. So today we will, as yesterday we were executing this particular workflow through this button. So today we will be executing this particular workflow. Just copy this workflow through program, and we will pass the container elements through program. So we will be just calling SE38. Actually in real time we take the help of either the standard function module, or we actually call this particular workflow with the help of events. So there are two methods to trigger the workflow. First is through standard function module, and the next is through events. So events can be anything. Either you can call the standard function module and you can read the event, or if there is standard event present, then that particular workflow will get triggered once we do the binding. So everything about this event, once we will discuss about event, this everything will be explained. So now today we will be writing one program. In the demo class, I have told you which function module to be used for starting the workflow. So go to the pattern. It's a standard function module provided by SAP. It's SWU start workflow. So you just execute it. I hope you people can see the screen now. Yes, Ramana. Hello.
Actually, I'm not able to see the screen. Actually, I'm not able to see the screen. Like, okay, now it's visible.
Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. Actually, the recording is not getting started. Just give me Hi guys, sorry, actually there was some problem with the recording, so I'm not able to record today's session. So let's see how we can do that. We will be I will be trying to record the session again and will upload in the site. So now you can see my screen, right? Okay, fine. Just give me a second. Okay. Now you can see here one standard function module is there called SWU start workflow, and this particular standard function module is used to actually trigger the workflow. So here in the tasks as exporting parameter, I will be pasting that particular workflow template number, and in the user I will be writing just IU name. And in importing, as I told you that we need to take this work item ID number which gets generated once the workflow get executed. So I will be saving or displaying this particular work item ID so that I can ensure that the workflow has got executed successfully. And then coming to this container, in this container I will be populating the data. And here in attachment, this attachment is a mandatory field, so this attachment I will be since this attachment will be blank, I won't be populating anything, but you can do that. So now I will be declaring the data over here. Yes, Havana?
Yeah, actually, this task number is client specific, right? Like this number and all, like it will be generated like different in different clients.
Right. Actually,
Suppose
this
you are created in workflow in development server. So here you have hard coded it. So if you transport this program, then it will give dump.
But if you are transporting this particular program,
Is
you
there
should
any way like without a hard?
you should transport this workflow as well, because this particular program
Yeah, of course,
is
but
to
task number will be different, right?
no, if you're transporting that same workflow number, then how that particular task number will be different? If you're transporting the same workflow, then that particular workflow will only get executed. You are not doing any development in the quality system. You are doing the
Yeah,
development in the development system. So even if you have some prefix number done configured in the quality system, it won't matters. But if you try to develop something in quality system, then the workflow which will get generated with different prefix number. But if you transport this particular workflow to different system, then that particular workflow will get executed. If you call this particular workflow
no, as you said, like in
tell me.
yeah, as you said, like in the SW3, like while configuring this prefix numbers, like you said, like it's client specific configuration.
I
So
told
if you do
client
like that, then
specific.
of
I
course
didn't do
maybe
system specific. If you have client specific, it means suppose you are in 220 client and in 230, if the same workflow exists with the same number, then this particular workflow will override the existing workflow if it exists. So that's the reason in different clients we actually maintain the prefix number so that it is unique to that particular system. So in let me give you through notepad. Suppose in 220 client you have the workflow number WS979000275, and in 230 you have configured as WS989. So here it is 275 suppose. So this when this particular workflow number gets transported to 230 client, then obviously it will be there because it won't overwrite, right? You can see 979 then 2.
okay.
Got my point? So these two
Yeah.
workflow exist in the same system 230, because you have configured 230 with 989.
Yeah.
If this particular workflow would have been 9, and then this workflow will override the existing workflow. So it should not be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Got it. Got it. Yeah.
Now here I'm just declaring the variables. I will be passing that sales order number to that particular workflow, and that sales order number will get saved in the database. So I'm just showing you how to pass the container elements. It can be more than one, but since my workflow contains only one element, so I will be passing one, but similarly you can pass more than one. So here I have declared one cont as a type table of SWR cont and one work area. So when you move on to this particular structure, you can see here two fields are present. One is name and value. So in name we will be writing the name of the element, and in the value section we will be writing the actual value which it will contain. You can see element and value. So in element we will be writing the name of the element, and in value we will be writing the value of the actual value which we need to populate. So ls cont element is equal to sales order. You can see here I have populated sales order, the name of the element, and it is case specific. So if you're writing in the caps, then it should be in caps. And the number, I have populated the sales order number, and I have appended that particular work area to the internal table, and I have passed that internal table to the workflow. So now what I will be doing, I will be displaying this particular work item ID number just to ensure that the workflow has got executed successfully. Just check for errors. Okay. If you have more than one element, you can just populate it in this particular internal table. Are you able to see the screen? I don't think so, because I'm seeing that it's not showing you. Raise your hands if you are not able to see the screen. I have written the whole code. Yes, Rajesh?
Able to see the screen, but it is very slow. But after you get executed and everything has been done, then the screen is getting populated.
No, no. What are you saying? I have written the container elements. Is it visible? Okay, now you are seeing the
I've seen
execution.
that it is visible, but
It's slow. Okay,
when
okay, okay.
I'm seeing the execution part,
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
very slow. Once you finish the part and then it is getting displayed.
Okay, fine, fine. From Monday, actually, I have asked for that net
Uh, and
connection
uh,
for.
and
Yes, tell me.
and Lakshmi, you're going to provide a soft copy for this tutorials. It would be available in that website only.
This
Soft
recorded
copy or
session
something would be
or the materials, about the materials you are asking.
materials. I'm asking you
Yeah, yeah,
about.
it will be there
So
in
it
on
would
the
be a
site.
soft copy or something.
Yeah, right. It will be all the
In the
documents
site
would.
itself, you are not
Yeah.
going to mail us or something.
No,
You are
no,
not
no.
going to mail us like that. If
No,
suppose
no, no. Everything is available inside. The documents, the recorded sessions.
because I was asking because whatever we are doing for the day-to-day practice notes. So yesterday you told us how to create that sales order one part. So if we get that
No,
like
whatever I'm
screenshot or
explaining,
tutorials like that, so it will.
whatever I'm explaining here, I'm not giving you the documentation on that. Actually, you can go through recorded session, then you can get that particular things again. But I will be giving you documents on what the topics I'm covering, like what is containers, what is bindings, what is work items. So I'm just giving the data on that. But whatever I'm discussing, I can't give you the screenshot. Rather, it is available in the form of recordings.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Okay. No.
And for this net connection, I have asked for Monday. It will be in a good stage. So just copy it for today, and from Monday it will be fine. Today the recorded session for yesterday class will be available in the site, but today I'm not to record the session because it's not working. But no matter, I will try to record it again and will be uploaded in the site. So for yesterday's session, it will be available by today. So here I have activated this particular program, and now what I will be doing, I will be just executing this program. So once it is executed, the work item ID gets generated, and that work item ID actually gives you the verification that the workflow has got executed. So you can see here 960937. This particular work item ID has got generated, and it means that workflow has got executed successfully. So now I will show you whether that particular sales order which we have written. Let me first copy that particular sales order number. The sales order number is 000009876. So we will be seeing in table whether that particular sales order number has got saved in the database or not. So going to SC11, the table name was the test underscore work 4. So once I display it, the data has not got saved in the database, so we will be checking the log First, see the data. That 9876 has not got saved in the database. So again, we will try to debug what went wrong, why the data was not saved, but the work item ID has got generated. So how can we see the log? Can anybody tell me the transaction to see the log? Yesterday I have shown you the transaction. Okay, the transaction is SWIA. Okay, so I will be executing SWIA. This particular transaction is 90% used to debug the workflow because it gives you each and every details of the workflow. So I'm just executing it. It's taking time. What we'll be seeing first, the binding, because many times the error goes with the binding. You can see here one text message will get appear that will be kindly approve my text and 9876. You can see here 9876. So it means, okay, I'm sorry. Actually, I have received one dialog work item. So once that dialog work item is approved, then only the sales order should get saved, right? So I have not approved it and I was seeing the database. So what I will be doing? I will be first seeing I will first approve this particular work item. So I will going to where? Tell me the transaction to move to the business workplace. What is a transaction to move to business workplace? Good. It's SBWP. You people are very fast learner. You have remembered each and every transaction code. It's good because in workflow we actually use number of transactions. When I will move to business workplace, there one workflow tab is there where I will be approving that particular request. Then only the sales order should get saved because we have designed in the same manner. So once you go to the workflow tab, there one work item is present. Kindly approve my text 9876. So there when I will be double clicking on it and when I will be clicking on approve, then only that particular sales order will get saved in the database. So you can see here first line item, it is kindly approve my text 9876. So when you double click on it, we will be getting three options. First one is approve, second one is reject, and third one is cancel and keep work item in inbox. So this cancel and keep work item in inbox is provided by default by the SAP, and the two decisions which we have defined as approve and reject buttons are present over there. And when I click on approve, once I click on approve, the work item will get disappear from the inbox of the user, and that particular sales order will get saved in the database. You can refresh it. So now we will be checking the database table. You can see the work item has got disappeared from the inbox of the user. Now we will be checking the database. So who is not familiar with ABAP can raise the hand. Who don't know ABAP, the basic ABAP, so that I can, while explaining, I will be going somewhat deep into it. So everybody is familiar with basic ABAP? It's good. So here you can see the database table, ztest work 4. Once I execute it, I just want to see whether the data has got saved in the database or not. Yes, it has got saved. Let's the screen comes. From Monday it will be good, the connection will be good. So just cooperate with me for today. You can see the data has got saved 00009876. So it's there. So this is how you can pass the element from the work from the program to the workflow. So here this data has got saved. Today I will be discussing about the task. Let me open the notepad. So here I will be writing something. Just go through it. First, I will here tell you the types of tasks. There are two categories of tasks. First one is single step task and second one is multi-step task. So just I will be showing you in notepad. I won't be navigating much. So for today and on Monday I will be showing you about that particular task in practical. So you can just see the screen. Two categories of task. First one is single step task. And second one is multi-step task. In single step task, we only have one activity, one step, and there we use the method of an object type. As yesterday I have shown you that one task was present, within that one object type was there. That one was either a ABAP class or it can be either BOR. So you can just define one single step task where one method of either BOR or a ABAP class can be present. Now going to multi-step task. Multi-step task is actually contains more than one task. So that more than one task is present in one workflow. So one whole workflow actually contains more than one task. So this multi-step task is nothing but a workflow, a sub-workflow, and single-step task is a single task with method of either ABAP class or BOR. So this is the two categories of task. Now coming to the type of task. Type of task. First one is standard task. And second one is customer task. Third one is workflow template. And fourth one is workflow task. So discussing about first one, the standard task, its abbreviation is TS, and customer task abbreviation is T. As I have already shown you the name, how it comes as TS979000028, suppose. So this TS actually represents standard task, and when you make customer task, it will be made as T, then 979, then 0028, suppose. So what is the difference between the standard task and customer task, and why don't we make customer task? We always refer to the standard task because the standard task is cross-client and this customer task is client-specific. So this standard task, you can use it in different clients, but if you make this customer task, you cannot actually use it in different clients. It is client-specific. Like when we make it as a mandate in the table, it becomes client-specific, client dependent. So that's the reason we don't actually recommend customer tasks, because there is always need to transport the tasks to other systems. So that's the reason we always recommend to make the standard task. The second difference also, second difference is validity period. In standard tasks, whenever you define standard tasks, there is no validity period. It's not like you can use this particular task within this period only, but in case of customer tasks, you have to define the validity period. That particular task can be used only within that period. Now coming to the third difference is standard tasks can be used with any plan version, but customer tasks cannot be used with any plan version. Version, as I have discussed with you in a brief way, but I will be discussing in detail once I go to SW3 configuration. I'm just giving you an overview. The plan version is by default the active plan version is 01. So as we know that whenever we do any changes in the ABAP code, it actually gets saved with new versions. So once we transport the data, it actually gets generated with new version. So in case of workflow also, this particular workflow, whenever we make any changes, it actually captures the changes in new version. So this standard tasks can be you can just make this standard task and it is actually working with any plan version, but this customer task, if you make any changes, it won't be captured in different plan versions. So it will be captured only in one versions. So this is the third difference. So all the SAP provided workflow or the tasks are the standard tasks, so that you can use it. Also, whenever we make it that is user defined tasks, we also make the standard tasks. We don't make the customer task. Now coming to the workflow template. This workflow template, the abbreviation is WS, and workflow tasks, the abbreviation is WF. So there also in workflow, what is the difference between this workflow template and workflow task? This workflow template, actually we recommend to make this only workflow template. You can see here the abbreviation is WS. So you would have seen in workflow also the ID which is generated as a workflow number is WS979000028. So there, that particular workflow number has the abbreviation as WS. So that's the difference which I have discussed between the standard tasks and the customer tasks also applies for this workflow template and workflow tasks. So the difference is same. So that's the reason we actually recommend to make WS, that is workflow template, not the workflow task, because this workflow template is cross client and workflow task is not cross client. This workflow template has some validity, doesn't have any validity period, but workflow task has some validity period. And third one is it can work with any plan version, but workflow tasks cannot work with any plan version. So these are the difference and these are the type of task. Now I will, yesterday somebody was asking about the status of the work items. So I will be just discussing the status of work item as well. These are some theory part which you need to know. Actually, I won't be discussing much theory in this particular whole workflow session. Just some things you should know, because it actually helps you to debug the workflow. If you don't know the status of the workflow or work item, you won't be able to debug the workflow. So I will be discussing about the status of the work item. This is very important. First one is in preparation. As I hope you all know what is work item. Work item is a runtime execution of a task. Whenever a task is executed at runtime, the work item gets generated by the system. So this work item gets displayed in the inbox of the user. But there are work items which actually doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. So there are actually two types of work item: the work item which get displayed in the inbox of the user, and the second which doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. So the items which actually get displayed in the inbox of the user is dialog work item. I hope you know what is this dialog work item. The dialog work item is the work item where you need to take the user interaction. It actually requires user interaction. So this is dialog work item, and it is represented by W. So the abbreviation you have to remember, because once you debug the workflow, you will be providing directly W. If you want to see only in the dialog work item, you will be giving in the status of the type of the work item is W, and all the work items which are in dialog state will get displayed in the log. So this is dialog work item. Second one is missed deadline. These are the work items which actually get displayed in the inbox of the user. I'm discussing first about that. So missed work item, and the abbreviation is D. So I will be discussing about this missed deadline in future classes. So whenever one deadline get missed, it actually get displayed in the inbox of the user. So this is missed deadline. And third one is work queue. This work queue is actually, suppose you have executed one work item and that particular work item again needs some second execution. So what will happen, once you click on work item, first work item, the second work item again gets appear in the inbox of the user. So once you click on second work item, then again the third work item get displayed in the inbox of the user. So if you have defined in workflow that repeatedly the three work items should get displayed in the inbox of the user, then that particular work item is called as work queue. The work is in queue. So these are the three types of work item which actually gets displayed in the inbox of the user. So next I will be discussing the work item which actually doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. About all this, you will be getting the document on whatever I am discussing here. Here I will be discussing now the items which actually doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user, and that is, first one is workflow work item. Workflow work item. This workflow work item is actually denoted by F. So this workflow work item, as I have told you that whenever workflow get executed, it actually returns one work item ID. As we know that tasks also returns one work item ID, so workflow also it returns one work item ID, which actually ensures that the workflow has got executed successfully. As I have shown you in program also, in program we have seen that one work item ID was generated once I executed that program. So that particular work item ID is actually the workflow work item ID, and this is called as mother work item ID. And whatever steps we have defined in the workflow, that particular steps also actually when executed returns one work item ID, and that work item ID is called the child work item ID. So this workflow, first the workflow work item ID, that is a mother work item ID gets generated, then all the child work item ID gets generated. Then coming to the second one, second one is background work item ID. As yesterday I have shown you that whenever that background tasks get executed, then that particular work item ID gets generated. So that particular work item ID doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user because this is background work item ID. It doesn't need any user interaction. So that's the reason this background work item ID doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. And the abbreviation for this background work item ID is B. Now coming to the third one. Third one is wait step. So here I will be discussing about this wait step once I discuss about this events. Events is very big topic, and it requires more than 1 week. So I will see. This wait step is this wait step work item ID actually doesn't appear in the inbox of the user. So this, whenever you have defined one wait step, that step which is actually waiting for one event to get triggered, that step once get executed, one work item ID is generated at runtime, but it doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. So this actually, the abbreviation is E. Now coming to the fourth one is web work item ID. If you want to note down, you can note down because everything is available on the site. Web work item ID is actually represented by R. This web work item ID, it refers to web activity, and this web activity actually refers to web flow functions. This step is needed when you want to call the workflow which is present in different system. So what you will have to do, or if you want to pass your workflow from one system to another system, so that particular workflow is actually first converted into XML file, and then that XML file is sent to some other workflow. Then that system will actually convert that XML file which is imported into the workflow structure. So this is how the web flow function works, that is web activity, and that whenever that web activity step gets executed, one work item gets generated which is represented by R, and this work item doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. So these are the types of the work item. First one was dialog work item, missed deadline, work queue, which actually get displayed in the inbox of the user, and the rest 4 workflow work item, background work item, wait step, and web work item, it doesn't get displayed in the inbox of the user. So these were the 4, 5, 6, 7 types of work item. Now coming to the status of the work item, this is most important. First one is in preparation. Suppose one work item ID has to be generated, and I have defined one condition that on that condition only the work item ID will get generated. Suppose I have defined that whenever the sales order type is jet job, suppose the doc type is jet job, then only that particular work item should get generated. I have defined one condition. I will show you how to define the condition for the work item. First let me discuss about the status. So what will happen whenever that step get executed, this work item will actually wait for that condition to get satisfied. So it will wait. So what will happen, that work item is actually in preparation state because the condition has not met. So it will wait for that condition to meet, and the status will be in preparation. Now coming to the second one. Second one is ready. Ready step. So in ready, I'm sorry, second one is waiting. Suppose I have defined one work item, and there in the requested start tab, I have defined one deadline, one timeline, that okay, at this time only that particular work item should get appear in the inbox of the user. So what will happen, that particular work item ID will be waiting for that time to get generated. Whenever that time reaches, that work item will get appears in the inbox of the user. So you can actually hold the work item till that particular time, whatever you define, and when that time reaches, then only that particular work item will get appear in the inbox of the user. So we can do this with the help of requested start tab present in the task. Let it comes. I'm just showing you the requested start tab. When you move to the task, I have clicked on that user decision step, and once you click on user decision step, the requested start tab is present over there. You can see here one requested start tab is present over there in above, in decision, details, control, outcomes, notification, latest end, then requested start. So in requested start we are having date, time. So in date time, when you define the date time, that okay, on this date and at this time only the work item should get ready, should get into ready state, and then only the work item should get appear in the inbox of the user. So what will happen, that particular work item will actually wait for some time, that particular time, and will not appear in the inbox of the user till that time reaches. So the status will be waiting step. Now third is ready. Suppose the time has got reached and the work item has got into ready state and it gets appear in the inbox of the user. So the symbol will be whole white. The box will be present with completely white, transparent. So this actually implies the ready state. Now coming to the fourth, reserved. Yesterday I was telling you about the reserved. Let me tell you one more difference between this work item and the messages. Suppose you have sent one mail to your friend and through inbox, through Gmail or Lotus Note. So what happens, that particular mail, suppose you have sent to 5 friends. So that messages is common, but it is sent to 5 friends. Suppose one of the friend reads that message. So what will happen, that message will be present in all the 5 users inbox. But in case of work item, suppose that work item is sent to 5 users. So that within that 5 users, if at least even one of the user take the action on the work item, or he just click on it, then that work item will get disappear from the inbox of the others user. So what will happen, actually this work item ID instance is unique. So this particular instance is sent to 5 users because you have defined agents as number as 5. So this work item will be sent to 5 user IDs, and whenever one user ID out of those 5 takes the action on that work item, then that work item actually get disappeared from the others inbox. So if you reserve that particular work item, suppose you have clicked on it but you haven't taken the action, you have just clicked on it. So what will happen, that work item will get reserved for that user, and other user cannot see that work item because it will automatically get disappear from the inbox. So this is how you can reserve the work item, and the status comes to be reserved, and the icon is one flag will be inserted inside that box. So this shows you the status, the symbol. Now coming to fifth one is in process. Suppose you have executed the work item but you have not completed that work item. You are in process. You are just viewing the information or viewing the that particular work item, but you haven't taken any action on it. You have just in process of viewing. So that particular work item will be in process state, and the symbol will be half white and half blue. The box symbol will be half white and half blue. So it actually shows you in process. Now coming to sixth one, executed. Suppose you have executed the work item. You have taken the action on the work item. You were having 2 actions. First one was approve and second one was reject. So you have taken the action called approve, and that work item ID has actually got executed. So now coming to the 7th one, completed. There is one difference between executed and completed. If suppose in the task you have defined that the completion should be done explicitly. Suppose the user has clicked on work item and the user has taken the action, that is approve. So that what happens, the work item actually get disappeared from the inbox of the user. But suppose you have checked one checkbox called confirm end of processing. then what will happen, one dialog box will appear which actually will be asking you to complete the work item manually. So what will happen, you will have to actually complete that particular work item by selecting one button called complete the work item. So then only that work item will get completed, else it won't. So let me show you the checkbox first, which checkbox I'm asking. If you go to the task in the control tab, you can see here in control tab we are having task 8267. So when you double click on this task 8267, one checkbox will appear. Let it comes. There we will be having one statement called confirm end of processing. You can see here in below one background processing, confirm end of processing. So here if you check this confirm end of processing, then that whenever you execute that work item, then it will ask for you one pop-up asking you to complete the work item explicitly. But actually we don't do this. If you want to attach some document in the work item, then only you need to check this. Otherwise usually we don't check this. We want that whenever we execute or take the action on the work item should get completed. It shouldn't ask me to complete that work item manually. So what will happen, the status will be incompleted and the icon will be full blue. So the box will turn into full blue color. Now coming to the 8th one, the status is logically deleted. Logically deleted. Suppose some work items are hanging in the error state in the production system, and you have been asked to delete those those work items. So what you will do, you will be using one standard function module called SAP WAPI workflow cancel, and then you can just execute that particular function module and you can provide the work items, and that particular work item will get deleted, and the status you can see as logically deleted. I will show you once the screen appears on Monday how that particular step shows you in process or in ready state, in reserve, in executed state. So now the next one is error. Suppose you have executed one workflow and it has got into the error state. Suppose one binding is missing or the mandatory field is not provided, then that particular work item will get into error state and you can see in the log. So let me take you to the log. To see the log, you will move to SWIA transaction. There I will show you we have number of options available. First one is type, second one is status. So in the type, as I have discussed about the type, we were having dialog work item, missed deadline, and web activity. So if you want to see only the dialog work item, you can just give the type as W, and if you want to see the status, suppose the dialog work item which are in ready state, it means the work item which actually present in the inbox of the user, then you can just select the status as the ready. So you can see F4 help is also present in type and status, so you can just see that. And in status, suppose you want to see only the ready state, then all those dialog work items which are in ready state will get appear in the log. So first let me execute it directly. I am not giving any filter criteria. This is actually how you can actually filter out the work items. That's the reason I was explaining you the type and the status, because in diagnosing time, in the workflow debugging time, you should know the status so that you can filter out the things, because it will actually contain number of work items. So if you know the type, you can actually filter out the work items and then you can debug the same. So once you execute it, the log, just remember all the types, it's important. So once you execute this log, you can see here in first column we are having ID, and in second column we are having work item type, in third language, and fourth work item text. So what is this first work item ID? This ID is a runtime ID generated for the respective task. Just give me a second. I'm sorry, I was disconnected for a while. So I was discussing about the log. Am I audible to everybody? If not, can you raise the hand? Okay, I'm audible. Fine. I was discussing about the log. I was showing you actually the log, how to diagnose that log. Okay, so in the first column, the ID was present. In the second, the type. You can see the type: background step, dialog step, sub workflow, in language, and the work item text. So if you want to see the detailed description about this log, you have to double click on it. You can double click on that particular work item. Then it will actually display the work item. The screen will appear where the ID number would be there, type would be there, title, save sales order, status would be there. You can see the status is completed. So this is what status we were discussing. So the status is shown. Then go to the log. You can see that above one button is present, log and graphic. You just have to click the log button. It will actually take you to the standard view of the log. The screen which comes actually represent the standard view of the log. What it shows you? It actually shows all the steps executed so far in the workflow. So when you execute the steps in the workflow, or whenever that steps get executed, all the details of the step gets appeared in the standard view of the log. You can see here first step is kindly approve my text, second step is save sales order, And also you can see in here one agent, in agent section, these two persons icon is there, button is there. This actually when clicked you can see the agents with whom this particular work item is pending with. Since this particular step is in completed state, that's the reason one button called agents is not appearing over here. So once if it is in dialog state, in ready state, then that particular agents will appear there. I will show you once again how this agents you can determine. First let me explain you about this standard view. In the standard view you can come to know what steps has executed so far, and then you can see in above one button is there called the table button, the table icon. Just click on that. It will actually take you to the workflow log technical details, and if you want to see more technical details then you have to click Control P and ensure that caps lock is not on. And you just, if you want to see all the data which are present in the containers and how the flow has been done, you have to move to the technical log, and you can move through Control P. So you can see here one pink table is present, and in the left hand side, in the leftmost you can see the error state, and here in the icon you can see it is in green. So if it is in error then it will turn into red, and if it is in warning then it will turn into yellow, and then if it is completed successfully then it will turn into green. Then comes the icon called graphical workflow log. Once you click on it, it will actually show you how the full workflow was executed. It will actually show you with the green line. So the steps which has executed so far, it will show you with the green line which has got executed. Let me click on that graphical log. You can see here one that particular workflow which we have built gets displayed over here, and it actually shows you the navigation, how it has actually executed. So this will actually help you to understand what step was executed. So this is the graphical log, how you can determine. Next we have here agent section where you can see the agents. If you click on it, the agents will get appear, but since it has completed, so we cannot see the agents. I will show you once I will execute it once again. I will show you how you can see the agents. Now you can see one box is present to which will actually display the container. Once you click on it, that icon, container icon, one pop-up will be displayed where you can see all the elements of that particular task. These are all the container elements of that particular task. So since we have defined, if we have defined sales order, then that sales order will get displayed over there. Now coming to the status, you can see here one box is present, and once you keep that mouse over there, you can see completed toolbar. This box is completely blue, which actually shows you the status as completed. So this through this box also you can come to know what is the status of the task. Now coming to the work item ID, this is the most important. First work item ID, that is 960-937 is the mother work item ID. So whenever workflow gets executed, one mother work item ID gets generated, and this first work item ID actually refers to the mother work item ID. Now coming to 960-938. This is the child work item ID. So whenever this particular task, this was a user decision step, this kindly approve my text, this was a user decision step. So whenever this task got executed, this work item ID actually got executed. And sorry, this task got, whenever this task got executed, this work item ID got generated at the runtime, and it actually got the ID 960-938, and it actually refers to the task. Now this save sales order, is again one task. It was one activity, and this ID 960-939 actually refers to this particular task. So every task whatever you build has one work item ID. So I have already discussed about this work item, types of work item ID, this dialog work item ID, missed deadline, work queue, workflow work item, background work item, wait step, web work item. So all these were the types of the work item. So here this is the log through which you can actually debug the whole workflow. Throughout the classes I will be showing you how to debug the workflow through this log so that you can understand it more better. So I hope you people got to know about this work item ID, because you will have to get clear about this work item ID. Without this it will be difficult for you to debug the workflow. So any questions till this? Yes, Rama?
Yeah, actually the status of work items are there, right? So can you show you like with practical sessions like when a particular status will be shown at what time?
In SBWP, everything I will be showing you. Let me tell you this. Suppose in preparation, okay, I will be showing you how you can set the condition for the work item so that the status is in preparation. Next I will be showing you in waiting. Whenever I am adding one requested start timeline, when I will be discussing about deadline, then I will be showing you the status, that how the work, that particular task or work item is in waiting step. Then in ready I can show you just now the ready. In business workplace, if you go to the inbox in workflow tab, whenever that particular work item appears in the inbox of the user, it actually appears as a ready state. So the icon will be completely white, the box will be completely white. Let me show you in workflow tab. This ready and in process I can show you just now. You can see first work item ID, the status, that box is completely white. It means it is in ready state. And the second one, it is in process. You can see half blue and half white. So it is in process. It means you have just viewed the work item, but you haven't taken the action. That's the reason it is in process state. So this is two I have already told. I have shown you this ready and in process. And this completed will actually complete the work item whenever we take any action on the work item. Like suppose if I double click on it, okay, this is something different. Okay, this is actually launching one WebDin Pro. I will show you in the last class how to launch WebDin Pro from work item. Suppose one other. Okay, let me take this. Decide between the alternatives available. It is in process state. If you just take any action on it, the work item will get in the completed state, and that work item will actually disappear from the inbox of the user. And also I will show you the executed step. This I will show you on Monday, the executed step. So what rest left, this logically deleted I will show you, the error will also I will show you. So this actually throughout the classes you will come to know the every step. No need to worry about it. Every step I will be explaining. Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Rajesh.
You were showing about the tasks, the parent tasks and the child item. So
Yes.
it was, I say, yeah. So it is 39 was there initially, I guess. 39, 37 was there.
37 was
Then
the
below
mother.
30, one number was there.
Right.
Mother was there. Then right below that it was 38 was there, and below that 39 was there.
Correct.
So for first 39 would be the mother of all, and 38 would be the child.
No. 37 is the mother and 38 is the child. 39 is the child.
Okay, but in the as we go on further, then the by default the mother would be for the 37 only. The mother would be there.
See here, let me show you first in the technical law.
For this work item.
Right, you can see 37937, this is the mother, 38 is the child, and then this 39 is the child. See, first workflow gets executed, then only the tasks get executed. So first the workflow number will get generated, that is 37, then the next sequence number 38, then the next sequence number 39. So but you would have got confused with the first log, I hope so. You can see here the sequence 38, 37, 30, 39, but in the first log which gets appear, let me show you the first log, it actually gets in the descending order. That's the reason you would have got confused perhaps. In the first log, see here, first one is 39, then 38, then 37. So actually it is in descending order. That's the reason it's showing you like this. But at first the 37 has got generated, then 38, 39. Okay. Also through this
But
work. Yeah, tell me.
For 38 and 39, what we are going to call? For 37 would be the mother, and 38 would be the child only, and 39 also would be the child.
Yeah, because we are having two tasks in the workflow. First one was the user decision step, and the second one was to save the sales order. So for each task we are having one work item ID.
Okay, but for 38, 39 would be a child and 38 would be a mother. It won't be like that case, no?
No.
After taking a
See.
taking a dialogue step,
No, actually, full one workflow gets only one mother. Okay. And this child step actually refer to the tasks whichever we have defined in the workflow. Suppose we are having 4 tasks, then 4 work item ID will be generated for that particular task. But only one mother will be there.
Okay.
I will show you how to use this work item ID. Once I will discuss about the function module like read container, write container. We need this work item ID to actually, we will be passing this work item ID and we will be reading the container of this particular step. So if I want to read the container of this dialog particular step, then I will be passing this work item ID. So how to pass this work item ID, how to fetch the agents by passing this work item ID. If you pass this work item ID, all the agents will be fetched, and the function module is SAP WAPI get agent. So I will be discussing the usage of this work item ID. Okay.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Hi Lakshmi. Actually, we copy the standard task whether it is converted to customer task or
Right. We can copy the standard task to the customer task. I will be showing you on Monday. Like, let me show you here in SWDD.
No. My query is if we copy the.
Tell me.
Yeah, if we copy the standard task, whether it will convert into customer task.
You want to copy what? SAP provided standard task?
Yes, just now we saw some decision step, decision making step. That is a standard one, na? SAP provided.
Right. Actually, I was supposed to.
If we copy that one.
We can copy this standard.
One that will.
Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah. If we copy the standard task or the decision step, whether it will convert into customer task?
Where it will be converted. If you want to copy this particular task, you can copy it in PFT COPY. You can copy this particular task, then one new customer task ID will be generated, and that will be unique to you, and then you can just change. You cannot change the standard task. You cannot change this particular task, and you cannot add elements on this container. What you will have to do, you will have to first copy this task to the customer task, and then you can change this task by adding the container elements, or you can also give the description on it. Okay. Actually, this particular let me see. This was the customer task only. This is 159 is a customer task. I have made this customer task. This is not your workflow. This is the workflow which we have developed. And the standard task ID for this user decision step is 8267. Okay, so you can copy the task and you can change the description, you can change the container elements, but you cannot modify the standard task. it won't allow you to modify. Okay, so I will show you on Monday how to copy the tasks and how you can change the description. If you want to customize it, you can customize it. Okay, let me show you the standard tasks of the user decision which is available and which is given by SAP. Once you click on this user decision step, one task ID is there. You can see TS00008267. So this is the standard task ID which is provided by the SAP. So when you go through it, when you double click on this task and when you go to the description tab, you can see here in the description tab nothing is written, but if you try to modify it, it won't allow you. Once you can see make repairs, it won't allow you to change and you shouldn't actually change. You can see here it is actually asking for the super user, so you should not change this. You should not change this, rather you should copy this particular task to the customer task and then you can change it. Okay, I will show you how to copy on Monday.
Okay, and if we copy that one, when it will become as a customer task, then it would be client dependent?
Customer tasks, no, actually that customer tasks will be again the standard task. It is customer defined tasks. It is not customer tasks. It is customer defined tasks. Customer tasks, the abbreviation will be T, and when you define it as the customer task, it will be TS only. You are confused with the customer task and customer defined task.
Yeah,
that is not customer defined. In fact, you can call it as user defined. It is user defined standard tasks, and this is the SAP defined standard task. Okay, again we will make the standard tasks only. We won't make the customer task because it is not cross client. Okay.
Yes, that is my point. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so any more questions? Fine. So on Monday, I will take care of this net connection so that you can actually go with the screens immediately. So, yes, Ramana?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday, no classes are there or what?
No, from Monday to Friday, from 7 to 8:30, the classes is.
Oh. Okay.
It is 4-week class, so from Monday to Friday. Okay.
I thought like at least Sunday it will be like long class so that it will be completed early.
No. I will be giving some assignments so that you can complete it within this Saturday and Sunday. So now I will be giving you assignment at the end of each week so that you can complete it within this Saturday, Sunday. And if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay.
Okay.
So let me give you one assignment here. As I have not discussed the steps also, so it will be very simple assignment. What you have to do, you will have to make one user decision step, and the one material will be created, and you will have to save that material in the database. What I did with sales order, you will have to do it with MM01. Or you can change also the material. If it is changed, then that particular data will get saved in the database. So according to you, you just need to make 2 steps. One is user decision step and one is activity. Since I have not discussed about this step type, so you won't be able to create the whole workflow using these steps. So in further classes, I will be discussing each step type so that you can use these small step types and can work with it, can design your workflow according to the requirement and can execute it. So in future classes, I will be discussing each step types. You just make one assignment out of it. You create one material, and then particular material, whenever it gets approved, then only that material should get saved in the database. Just make that. Yes, Venkat, you are having any questions?
Lakshmi, can we have any function module which will in a program so that we can get many workflows created in that system like that, F4 help, to get F4 help like that?
Okay,
Is
see
there any
first,
function module standard for?
no, function model is not there. Rather, you can just go through. This is the F4 help which is given. If you want to go through, if you want to go through the SAP defined workflow.
I just want to know, like, if I want to select one of the workflow in SC38, like in ABAP editor, is there any function module to achieve that one?
No, if you want to see all the workflow defined in the system, this is how you can see. These are all the workflow defined in the system. Okay. And through program, you don't need to find, na? Through for help present over in SWDD, you can go through it. These are all the workflows which are defined by
No,
SAP.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
In the starting session, we have created one workflow through program. We executed that one. So, in order to dynamically pass the work item number, like the task number, so can we have any other availability, like any function module to achieve that one? Giving the abbreviation of the workflow, can we get that one, get that number? Like we are anyhow hard coding that value, na?
Mm-hmm.
So is that only the one thing?
Yeah, if you know this, how you can get that work item ID, on what basis? What will be the importing parameter? Tell me. How, on what basis you want that workflow number? You will be giving the abbreviation. You want that you will be giving the abbreviation, and then the workflow number should get
Yes.
Either one thing you can do, you can just save in the database table that workflow numbers according to the abbreviation, and then you can pass the abbreviation in the table, and that particular workflow number will be fetched from the database and you can pass it. So if it is not hard coded, again you are maintaining it in the database. This is what we do in real time also. We are maintaining actually one table where we are storing all the workflow numbers, and according to some importing parameter, suppose job type or company code, according to that company code, we just fetch the workflow number and we pass it in the program.
Okay. And normally in real time, like we'll be executing in that, in background scheduling jobs.
These workflows?
Yes.
See, no, it can be, but if it has some user interaction, then if you execute it in background, then no user will be coming to see this user taking the action. So I will tell you in real time how it works. Whenever suppose one sales order is created, one standard event is fired, and that standard event is captured by the workflow and it gets started automatically. We just bind that event with the workflow, so the workflow gets started automatically. Or you can, I have shown you in user exit also, you can just, I will be showing you in detail also how to call how to trigger the workflow in user exit. So whenever that sales order gets saved, you can just call this workflow through program also, and the workflow will get started simultaneously, and whenever it gets approved, you can save the sales order in the database.
Okay, and normally how these leave requests are getting processed and related to HR kind of?
Okay, about this leave request, we have one example provided by this SAP, that is the transaction is SWXF. If you want, I can discuss it on Monday about how this particular workflow get executed. We have one form present over here that create notification of absence, and once you save this particular form, one work item ID will be getting displayed in the inbox of the user, and whenever that particular person takes the action on that work item, the relevant notification message will be sent to the user. So it has one workflow. The number, I don't remember the number. It is WS3 5015. I think the workflow number is that. You can go through that workflow, but I think you won't be able to understand anything because I have not discussed the steps. So once I complete the steps, you can discuss in more. You can understand it in more detail. So slowly you will be able to understand after 1 week or 2. So you will be able to understand at least the flow.
Okay, no problem. Like, could you please, guide me, like, if any possibility is there related to ABAP HR related workflows, like leave request and these kind of stuff?
This leave request is very simple thing which you are asking. In fact, in real time we have purchase order, material, sales order. So many workflows are associated with these particular object types. So I will be showing you about this sales order also. I will try to do with purchase order also to show you, to make you familiar with the real-time scenarios. Okay, this leave request, actually we don't use it in real time. It is just a demo provided by SAP, but yet I will discuss this.
No, normally in our company we are using, I'm working on ABAP HR, that's why I'm asking, like I need to work on HR related work.
So this particular leave request is provided by SAP also. You can go through this workflow, else I will discuss the whole workflow, no problem. I will discuss the whole workflow. Okay. Yes, Ramana?
Yeah. Yeah, actually you have given an access, right? So in that, like I need to find out the exit or somebody to call the event, right? To call the event or task. So I mean, yesterday shown like how to write, I mean, code in standard program, like in standard exit.